Oh. Oh, it sounds like it's not in my ears. Oh. Okay. I hope it works. I hope the sound is working. Okay. This is talking about nothing. Good morning. Not sure I could be there the whole meeting. Okay. That doesn't matter. It's okay. It's nice you'll be here now. This is talking about nothing. This meeting is going nowhere. Doesn't give anything. Doesn't see that there's a need for something to change. Doesn't see anyone. There's no one. There's already no one. There's no me. There's no me already. There's no you already. There's nothing to get, nothing to look for. Even there's nothing missing, although that can feel like that. There's something missing and this is not right yet. But in a way, it's a misunderstanding. It's embodied. It's that whole construct of me and feeling there's something wrong and everything is in two and real and solid. That can be so embodied and convincing. It's a misunderstanding. It's already complete, like it is. There's nothing wrong or nothing right. It's what it is. It's not a new way of living this. There's no way of living. Living is happening by itself, so there's no one doing that. There's no one inside. Everything is empty. It's an appearance, so everything is empty, just seeing bodies and streets and feelings, feeling feelings, sensing. And that's it. There's no meaning in it. And when there's that ability to abstract, when there's a young child and the brains are more able to abstract things, then there is suddenly looking at the world and the separation, and then there's created a me in a way, and then there seems to be someone who can choose and do something about what's going on, because it's feels like there's something gone wrong, there's something missing, there's something not right with me, or maybe with the world, or with other people, the parents. And there's a whole survival system going on, like having to behave in a certain way so there will be love. Because there's also, when there's me and when there's that surviving, there's moving, trying to move away from pain and wanting to get a good feeling, nice feelings, like happiness, freedom. And there's always a search for feeling good. Life is everything. It's not only happy, it's everything. Look around. It's tables, it's feelings, and it's not about us. And when there's me seems to be the most important person. We're always busy with ourselves. How do I feel? What can I do? What is this happening to me? How can I deal with that? That's going on the whole day. A lot of complication, not knowing, despair because it doesn't work. So there's a looking for something else, for a way to deal with what's going on. And then there's hearing this message, and this is saying, no, it's not even a message. There's already no one. There's nothing to deal with. It's what's happening. It's very simple and tiny. It's a changing by itself. Not for you. It's not happening to you. It's not happening to somebody else. There's no somebody else. There can be bodies, but that's it. Feelings happen in space. Everything is energy. Everything is free already. A feeling is a feeling as it is. A table as it is. A face as it is. That's it. And when there's me, there's making something else of it, and then there's trying to deal with it because you think I'm here, and then there's that's not all right, my face not looking well, or I'm not feeling good. How can I change that? Me is always thinking and feeling there's something wrong. I want something else. There's no free will. There is no free will. And when there's me going on, that free will seems to be really nice, because then you think you can change what's going on and have the ability to do that. It's a dream. It's a dream. When there's a change, it's happening by itself. It has nothing to do with you. This is amazing that to hear that nothing, all those changes and what you're working out and all that is what's happening. It's not done by you or by anyone else. It's what's happening. It's energetic. It's energy going around. And seeing tables. It's that. And it has no meaning at all. Life doesn't have any meaning. It is. It doesn't go anywhere. We think when there's me, there seems to be time, and it's so convincing. There's time, there's a past. I was born, I'm living now, and there will be this one moment maybe, or sure, there will be that, and then that's going on, and I have to deal with everything. So tomorrow will be better maybe. That's living in time. That's the normal way. And then there's hearing this, there's time is a construct. There's no time, there's this. It's not a new way to say that to yourself, because that's a new concept. It's like there's no time, there's this. There's nothing before and there's nothing after, there's this. We can be busy with all that because we can abstract and we can think about things, and that's having memories. So that seems to be sure that there's time and before. And also assuming that when something is happening, it's because of me or because of somebody else. It's the dream of me. There are no consequences. There are no consequences. There's no one. There's no one. There's no me. There's no you. There's nothing happening. It's this. It's an appearance of this. Hands moving. Very simple and ordinary. No story. Me is the story. There's no story. There's this. Looking, hearing words. Even the words were what I've spoken now. They're not important. Nothing is important or unimportant. It's words. It can be feelings. It can be understanding, maybe. It can be also seeing there's no me. There can be a seeing. Well, this is not about seeing or understanding. It's energetic. It's a loss. It's a loss of all beliefs and concepts, and suddenly, it's this. You can't even explain it. You can't convince somebody that it's this. It's no, I don't know. It's just a saying, a describing of what is. That's this. There's no knowing. The knowing also, there can be a knowing or information. But this is not about knowing or that I know how it is. No. That whole awareness is part of me, so that's lost too. There's nobody looking at it. It's one. What? That's not something special. It's living what is already the case, but all those thoughts about what to do and that can be lost. And it doesn't mean when that's there then there is still a me happening and it's still not all right. When all those thoughts happening, it's thoughts happening. It's already complete, like that too, of course. But it can be very strong and convincing. No, that's still the me's going on and I want to get rid of that. That's so embodied. And suddenly, oh, it's what it is. And it doesn't mean that now your life is very much changed and uh, much more nice or something like that. There's no change. It's just going on. It's the same as before. In that sense, circumstances are going on. But there's nothing going on about this is right or wrong. It's not happening to anyone. And also, there's no escape. Me is trying to escape what's going on and trying to deal and change it. And when that's not there, there's no escape. It's full on. But it doesn't mean you're full on. Can be subtle. It's the same. We can talk about this, and maybe there are questions in the story. Sometimes it's talking in the story, and sometimes it's completely not. There's no story, so this can't be understood. There can be a resonance, a hearing somewhere. We'll see what happens. If you want to say something or ask or share, maybe you can unmute yourself, and then we'll see. Oh, there's already something. Hi, Rose. Can you say something about no decision making? Lately, I am in a constant thinking which kindergarten to put my child in. I will not contemplate about the right choice. I might do a wrong one. Yeah, that's me. That's always thinking. There can be any question about kindergarten or something else. Do I do the right thing? That's the whole thing about me. It's I'm having fear about not making the right choice. And the strange thing is, there is no choice. We thinking we are important and it's up to us to make a choice and then it will happen like that. Choices are made, you could say. It's happening, suddenly it's like that. Maybe there's a thought or maybe there's an impulse doing that. It's not up to you. There's no you. There's no one. And there's also, in the child, there's also no one. So they're looking for the child taking care of the child can happen or not. But no one is doing that. And there's also taking care of no one. That's crazy. We are so into when they're children, I have to take care and I'm responsible that she or he feels good and all that. There's no control. There's no control. There's no one. It's maybe there's an impulse or maybe there's an writing like, oh, I want that. Then that's what's happening. And this is not about right or wrong. I don't know. It doesn't mean when there's some choice and then there's saying, oh, I'm putting her or him in that kindergarten, then doesn't mean that's the right way. You don't know. And not knowing for that whole Mika's right, me doesn't like not knowing. So it wants to be sure and wants to have all possibilities and having control. And then there's hearing this, no, there's already no control. This is free fall already. There can be a lot of thinking and being busy, but it's a dream. There's no power in thoughts. That's another thing that there can be some teachings about thoughts. No one is thoughting. That's thoughts. It's just life happening. Can be thoughts in a certain way or without any meaning. It's not important. Oh God, that's so crazy. We're so into this is real and I have to take care and I have to do the right thing. There's no right thing and there's no one. There is already no one. There's no me, no you. It's what's apparently is happening. That's the freedom. Everything is free by itself, by being what it is. And when there's me, there's always trying to make it in a certain way or use it for yourself or all that. It's what it is. Can be pain or sadness or walking. And then does overthinking diminish after seeing there's no me? It doesn't arise, strange enough. It's it's just not coming. And it's not noticed also, because the noticing or the seeing that it's what it's going on, that was so strong and comparing and busy with it. When that's not happening, it's even forgotten then it was there because it's so normal. It's just not coming. And the other side is also, it doesn't matter. It's not that you say that to yourself, that's something else, but it doesn't matter what is happening. There can be stress, or there can be pain, or there can be sitting, tired, or anything. It's not happening to anyone. And it's not that sure of, oh, it's not happening to me, so that's like that. That's a new concept, like say knowing that it's like that. It's impossible to say, but there's nothing coming. So it's free. It's no, not free fall. It's no escape. But it's going nowhere. Life is going nowhere. We think, oh, it's important because after that, maybe a few years she's on that kindergarten, and when it was a wrong choice, they were not very nice for her, and da 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 da. I don't know. You don't know. And there's no one. Also in the child, there's no one. The child isn't always there. When that child is there, then there's can be seeing a body. And they're sitting here. This is everything. That table, this room, that's everything. There's no outside. That we can abstract that there will be outside and streets and that. It's an image in the brain. This is everything. You can't do this. It's not like, oh, I don't have to overthink it. That's a new way, a new concept. That's the awful thing of this. That's, in a way, you can't do. You can think like, oh my God, yeah, that's it. But then there's still, yeah, but how do I do that? Yeah, of course it's like that because it's so embodied, that energy of thinking about it and looking at it, and that's going on. So it can be a prison. It can be like, oh, you can't get out of that. You don't need to, but it doesn't feel like that. So it can feel like, I want that to stop. That means but that's again the same thing. Can you say thoughts are just concepts? No, thoughts are thoughts. They can happen. They don't have any meaning, but they are thoughts. Oh, that goes on. That can be thoughts and thinking, what do I do? What will I eat tonight? Or I don't know. Most of the time, more practical things, thoughts. There's no reincarnation. Reincarnation is something in the story. It's about time, and it's about after death, there will be something going on, because me doesn't want to die. That's the whole struggle. I don't want to die because that I'm very important to make my life work. So now that's when I lose that, everything goes wrong. So there's a lot of identification with that me construct, trying to deal with it and having the right thing, doing the right thing. So when there's talking, there's no me, it's a threat, because that's putting everything what you're busy with out of the window. And it seems so important that without that looking at yourself and doing busy with thinking about what's important, that then everything will go wrong. And then, oh my God, what's then? It's a dream. It seems so important, and it's a dream. There's no power at all. There's already no control. So no, reincarnation is in the story. It's very literally what is. It's table, it's the streets, it's a feeling. There's no story. They can be living in the story and thinking, oh, I'm going to do that tomorrow, things like that. And that's it. Yeah. Doesn't mean it's real or believed in. You can't make an image or a picture of what it is. Oh. This morning there was this thought, I spoiled my job. No. No. There's what's happening. So it's very tiny. There's no story. When there's a story, there's always right and wrong. And then when there's right and wrong, there's always blaming and blaming yourself or other people or thinking like that. That goes wrong. There's nothing wrong. There's that energy, maybe speaking things or saying, or I don't know. It's what's happening. Doesn't mean it's nice or earning a lot of money or having a good job. I don't know. Can be anything. But there's no one already. So, and it's very literally, they're sitting, thinking about the past and thinking, oh, what did I do there? And I should have done that. That's part of that whole me construct and trying to, when there's looking at that, what happened and there's something, or that, oh, I did so well. That's the other side, of course, that can be like that too. With both, it's a dream, a nice dream or awful dream. It's a dream. And they're sitting or drinking water. That story, it can be so convincing and so solid and real. Mm. But it's just a story.
Yeah, can I ask you a question, Rose?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Could you maybe say something about the paradox between this message and, on the other hand, well, I don't know what your opinion is, but it seems to be a good idea if someone is dealing with trauma, say childhood trauma, repressed emotions. On the one hand, everything is already whole, but it's also a good idea to find a way to kind of heal the past. Could you speak to that?
Yeah. There's no past. That's, there's no past. And that's so convincing. Then when there's a feeling of, there can be a feeling of contraction or sadness and thinking, oh, that's because of that trauma, when there's a remembering of what happened maybe and trying to deal with that. There can be sadness, then there's sadness, or there can be tension. We are so into like, oh, this is because of that. And then we're going to heal that. And when there's me, there's always looking at things and thinking, oh, this doesn't feel good and this feels good. When there's a feeling of stress or sadness, maybe, or that, then that's not feeling good. And then there's a feeling of relaxation, then that's good in a way, simply said. But it's everything. So when there's sadness, then there's sadness. So that's that's complete. That's the completeness. There's nothing wrong with sadness. There's nothing wrong with tension. And the idea that it's because of a trauma or because of that, and it needs healing, is confirming that there's someone and there's something wrong, gone wrong. This is not about feeling nice. That all therapies and things are about trying to do something so you can feel good about yourself or about something else again. This is not about feeling nice. It's everything. But it's not seeing that it's happening to someone. So there's no choice. There can be going to a therapist, maybe. I don't know. No, I don't think I will do that, but there can be. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
But what's happening is very literally, and we make a whole story of it. Like, oh, this is because of that, and now I'm feeling this, and that's because of that. And there's that feeling. This is talking about very literally. There's that feeling. No, all those abstractions are just as a dream, as seen as a dream. So there's no need for a therapist. Doesn't mean I'm saying, oh, don't go to a therapist. I don't know when that's that, but it's just, it's very literally. Then there's walking or sitting or talking. That can be there.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have meaning because we think we are doing now something that makes us more relaxed. That's because of that I do that, I'm feeling more relaxed now, something like that. That confirms that there's someone. And when there's someone, there's always something going on, like this is right and this is wrong and what can I do, and that whole, so it's confirming that. But when that's so, it's so embodied, so you can't say, oh, I won't do that anymore. But there can be a loss of interest, or I don't know, something like that. Because it's not
Mm-hmm.
about right and wrong. It's already complete, like that. The way the face is looking, the way the body is moving, that's the completeness. There can be stress somewhere or some feelings, but it's not in the body. We're also assuming it's in the body and it's my feeling. No, it's a feeling happens in space, in the room. It's not your feeling. So we take it home and then we think we have to do something with it. It's a feeling that passes by like clouds. It just passes and then it's felt, and then after a while it's something else. It's not there's the story seems so important. Like, how do I behave in the story, and I don't connect with other people well, or all those things maybe, or something else. There are no other people, so there's also no relating. Oh, this is so many things. It's what's happening. It's very simple. What's going on without any abstraction, without the story. There's no you.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Why do I have to? Wait. Ah, but if there's somebody saying, but if the relative and the whole are one, isn't that one can heal trauma in the relative world through therapy? There's no relative and whole. There's only whole. That's talking in the story about what's going on, and they're making something of it. There's only one. There's no separation. So in two, there's only one. Face, an emotion, what's happening. And when there's someone, then it's dealing with that or thinking about that and thinking, oh, this is like that, and thinking like that, and trying to understand and trying to deal with that. That's how what we are used to in the story. Trying to make it clear for yourself, and then you can deal with it maybe, and all that. There seems to be a lot of more safe or relaxation about that. There's no trauma. There's in the story, there can be a feeling of there was something happening and it really, there's shock in the body and all that. Yeah, sure. But then there can be trembling, but we make a whole story of it and the remembering of it and all that, and then doing something with that. There's no one. It's not happening to someone. There's no past. This. So there can be in the body, there can be stress or something like that. It can be there, sure. But we are always busy with trying to heal, and this is not right yet, so we can do something about it. That's that me. It's always busy with, oh, this isn't right yet. This is not total relaxation, or maybe there's an image about what you want to be, or how you can be, or something like that. I know I did so much work on myself and doing personal growing and all that. It's a dream that you do that. There can be a relief and then a relaxation, and there can be crying. Yeah, sure. That's what's happening. That's it. Not for a reason. It's just that we're so into reason and why that we can solve it maybe. There's no reason. There's no reason. That's freedom. There's no reason. There's no why. It's what it is. That's the freedom. No story. Hmm. Uh-huh. It's amazing to hear this is already complete. There's nothing wrong with what's going on. That's amazing. We're always busy with what should I do? This is not right yet. And I'm not, this is not the way I behaved. Oh my God, what did I do? And all that is happening all the time. There's something wrong. It's so embodied and strong. There's nothing wrong. It's what's happening to no one. But there's no one saying that. It's no one at the other side. You could say there's no other side, but in that body, no. It's what's happening. Does it mean like, I can say everything and doesn't matter? That's a new concept. You can't. It's already like that. There's no choice in what's being said and what is felt. I suddenly see. It's like there was a question like, does overthinking diminish after seeing there's no me? It's not seeing there's no me. It's not that. There can be a seeing suddenly like, oh my God, it's like that, or an understanding, but it has nothing to do with this. It can be like it's suddenly very clear there's no me. But me is energetic. It's much more embodied. So the seeing can be there, but yeah, it's energetic. It's about loss. It's not about something extra. Oh, I suddenly see it. No, it's the loss of everything. Also with and the seeing and the understanding and the noticing.
And when there is no me, it has nothing to do with circumstances because there are no circumstances.
No, it has nothing to do with circumstances. There can be circumstances that they are appearances, but they go on. They go on. They're sitting in a room, going outside, shopping, that still goes on. Circumstances are an appearance. It's like that and like that. We're thinking, oh, they're related, and oh, I was there, and what should I do about that? Because you think it's still really there. It's already different. It's sitting in the room. That's everything. There's no streets. Where's the street? It's this room. It can be a remembering of a street. Yeah, that's, but that's it. This is everything. Computer. Ah. Hi, Rose. This is not a real question. Oh, no, no. I experience in general all my life huge fear that comes seemingly deep out of the body. The fear is creating a reality on its own, intoxicating everything, so to speak. I have tried everything to resolve it without success. I don't know really why I wrote this. Is there a response coming out of you? There can be fear, but there's no reason for the fear and there's no why. There can be fear. And we thinking when there's fear, it's there all day. No, there can be fear suddenly very strong and then it's something else, drinking coffee, nothing going on, and then maybe something else is going on. There's nothing wrong with fear. It's not your fear. It's fear. It's a sensation somewhere. It can be there. Here too. Yeah. Well, nothing wrong or right with that. And when there's me feeling it and looking at it, it's like, oh my God, what's this? And that's that looks like I can't do everything what I what I want or what I could do. That's most of the time there can be a story with that. Fear doesn't when there's fear, it doesn't, how do you say that? It doesn't make that it's Other things are not happening. It's not a resistance or all that. That's a story. There can be fear. What's happening is happening. That's the completeness. There can be fear and sitting on the couch. Then that's what's happening. So what? Life is going nowhere. It's not about having a job or doing meetings with people or having a lot of friends or all that. It's what it is. It's sitting. Maybe there's fear, and there's sitting, there's eating dinner. Life's going nowhere. It is. It's not about anything. It's not about what we think about using your talent or all those stories. And then there's always a feeling like, oh, I can't do that. And this is because of that fear or something else going on. I should heal this or do something about it. There's nothing wrong. It's not your fear. There can be fear coming and going. Yeah. Mm. The story about it is a dream. Fear is free. Fear is just fear, sensation. Can be the table also. It's not more important than the table. We are so into what's happening in the body and that's doing something in my life. There's no my life. Everything is happening on its own. So there's bodying, tabling, fearing, something like that. It's that. Nothing is more important than anything else. It's not happening to anyone. There's no one. There's no you. That's fear. Yeah. It doesn't go away. When there's no me, then there's no fear anymore. No. No, of course, it's everything. So sure, there's fear or trembling, getting hot. Anything can happen. It's not, but yeah. Well, that's complete. That's life. It's aliveness. It's everything. There's no nice feeling or awful feelings. It's everything. There's nothing wrong with that or right. It's what it is. And there's coffee or chocolate. Anything. Doesn't go anywhere. We are so into stories about what's going on in my life. There's no my life. There's no Rose, let's say like that. There's no Rose. There's no life of Rose. Where's Rose? There's no Rose. It's a story. There's buddying. And then there's, I don't know, moving ahead. Hmm.
in a way, I felt that excluding is never happening.
Yeah.
And sometimes it looks like people are reacting in a way that excluding is happening.
Yeah. But that's the story.
That's
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. There's a feeling and there's making a story about it.
but when
Maybe there's no feeling, that's also possible.
yeah, there was no feeling about it. But when there was when there was a group of people and one is not in the group anymore because some people decided that it's
Mm.
the behavior is not the way they wanted, then it looks like excluding.
Yeah, but that's the story of circumstances and feeling like how it's going. There's what exactly what's happening. There can be a story about it, but I don't know. I can't say anything about that. It's what's happening. Walking, seeing other bodies.
Yeah, it's not possible to yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Ah. Thanks. I can sense the emptiness out of your speaking, and that's in a way relaxing. I had to giggle when you described those beliefs about what's told to be important in life: job, money, friends. Yeah. I would say the yearning for this emptiness is huge, but to hear that's already the case, nothing is wrong, is also confusing somehow. Yeah, because that it's so embodied, that feeling there's something wrong with you or not right yet, or I don't feel the emptiness. I don't feel emptiness. I don't know how to feel that. I don't know. So it's not like that. It's not a feeling of emptiness or something like that. It's about loss. And then suddenly it's like that. But it's not that I can say, oh, there's so much emptiness here. No. No. No, I don't know. No. And in the same time, you can say, yeah, it's empty. Yeah, crazy. Hmm. Yeah. Everything is empty. That's the freedom also. You don't have to feel it. It's already like that. It doesn't need to be felt or seen or understood, or it's already like that. So what? And we think we have to feel it, we have to hear it, or all that. That's what we're used to do, to deal with that or to feel it, or no. Wow, it's already that. Oh, I don't feel it like that. I don't believe it, but somewhere there's a resonance. Ah, it's like that. It's more the other way around. It's a loss of all those ideas and concepts, and they get less important, and they feel like they're not so strong anymore. So it's a loss. It's about loss. This, and it's not about understanding. at all. That's for me, it was in a way, I was always into understanding in a way, and even about feelings, I can feel that, and that gave something in the hands to deal with that, and could feel very good, everything. And then not understand when people, there was somebody was saying something, I couldn't understand what she was saying, and then she was very angry on me, and I couldn't understand. And then there was, yeah, that can happen. And then, well, yeah. And when there's no response or nothing happening, then that's what's being said. But I don't know why. So it's completely nothing in your hands, or that's the fear of me having nothing, because there's always some trying to deal with it, or trying to understand it. Understanding or feeling it can also be something in the hand, and it's sure. Nothing is sure. No, but the strange thing is also, and that's funny, it doesn't need to be like that. There's no big deal. It's no big deal not to understand. Yeah. Mm. And it's normal. It's very normal. It's not a special thing. No. All those dreams about the world and how to behave and what to reach and how to be, and oh my God, it's a dream. It's a dream. Like, oh my God, it's a dream. That doesn't mean everything is lost, but suddenly it can be seen like that. It's like, wow, but it's so convincing and so the normal way. It's already sitting. That's everything. That's simple. Mm. And everything is unconditional love. You don't have to go anywhere to feel that unconditional love, because it's everything already. So it doesn't matter what it is. It's sitting, it's water, it's everything already.
Hey, Rose.
Hi, hello.
Hello, Rose. There was this talking about trauma earlier.
Yeah.
In a way, the most relaxing with this message is that this not knowing, because this to know, through education, through school and so on, if you don't know this, it was really terrifying, to go to school or just talk with people and don't you know?
Oh
And
yeah.
and
Yeah.
and it's just this. It's more you can say no. Maybe I'm getting used to not to just to say this. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you know, and it's just neutral and not okay. You
Yeah.
are such a stupid guy.
Yeah, I know. I thought I was silly. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. Yeah,
yeah,
so strong.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really and when you say it's not a feeling, this not to know, it's more maybe it's more there's a inside castle which fall away, or how to say.
Yeah, it's something that you're holding on because knowledge is something solid in a way, or there'll always be maybe people who know better, and but oh yeah, that's something, and it's not about only about information. I was into that personal growing, but that knowing what to feel is also knowing. That I realized then suddenly too. Like, oh my God, that I'm sure about this feeling, and that has to do with that. That's my intuition. And wow, it was like boff, like a mountain, very stone, like that.
Yeah,
No, I don't know. It's a feeling, but yeah, don't even. Sometimes you can't even describe. But it's you don't know what to say about it. Yeah.
yeah. And also
Yeah.
in this in a way I connected with this losing um, what's it called, this that you can think you have a relation. There's also a lot of this knowing from for me in having a relation. It can be about I know you, you know me, and this it's so relaxing that I can't know you and I can't know myself and you can't know me and so on. There's
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, because we are so into taking care. You should do that. Why did you do that by yourself? That was my thing. Yeah, yeah, I know. I can ask you, but you have to do it by yourself.
yeah,
Oh my God. Yeah. You know that I was needing that. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's such a freedom, but yeah. Mm.
Yeah,
But there can be a fear to lose that
yeah, yeah,
control.
yeah.
Sure.
Totally, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Okay,
yeah. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Rose, and everyone for a lovely meeting. Hi, you have to go. Go. Okay, bye.
Yeah, can I ask you another question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, something that I've been doing recently is when there is a sense of a me, a suffering separate self that appears during the day,
Mm.
is I do some kind of self-inquiry, like I ask myself the question, could it be that even this is already wholeness? Or it's a question like that. And then the me disappears. And then some speakers that speak in a similar message as yours, they say that self-inquiry, there's nothing you can do, and even self-inquiry just perpetuates the illusion of a me. So I'm curious what your opinion is.
Yeah. Self-inquiry is asking yourself. It's who's you ask something. It's two. So there's asking, I don't know who, but there's already no me. So when there's feeling, there's me arising. It's how can you say that? It's we're always busy with looking at ourselves and seeing what's going on, and then seeing, oh, now there's it's empty, and now, oh, no, that's me going on. That is a way of trying to deal with what seems to be me, but that's also me. Because that looking at it, it's part of that whole construct, and trying to deal with it, trying to investigate, or trying to question yourself, or question yourself, is already that same story. When that whole construct is gone, there's even nothing going on. Is there a me or not a me? I don't know. Maybe there can be some habits or anything, but it's there's nothing going on about that. So when there's something going on about, oh, there's that me again, then that's me saying, oh, there's me again, and you can do something about it. That's the same story. It doesn't matter. It's not it's nothing wrong with that, because there's already that. So there's just thoughts happening, and that's what's going on. And there's no difference between there's something going on and there's emptiness, or it's both emptiness. It doesn't matter. But for that whole construct, it's confirming that you can do something about it, and that's very subtly what me wants to have some tools or knowing or something, because it thinks it's something. It thinks it's a way, it's a state or something, but it's not a state. It's everything. It's already everything. So I don't know, when you say there's a me going on, it's not a me going on. That's looking at it and thinking there's a me going on. It's maybe a feeling or maybe thoughts happening, and that's what's going on. That's it. Doesn't have to go or not to go. It's what is.
Yeah. So then now I'm thinking, yeah, so I could, when I notice a contraction or emotional suffering, then I could inquire like, oh, this is just what is.
No, when you say that, then that's something else, because we want to do something. Then when you're not the only one. It's so strong that when there's feeling contraction or emotions, there's something going on. That's that whole me system contract. It's so embodied. It's there. I don't want this, and how can I deal with that? That it's going away or more relaxed or things like that. And then you hear, oh, no, it's not about that. Oh, it's okay. Then you say to yourself, oh, it's okay, or it's what it is. That's subtly also, it's needing something. So it's not okay what it is, but it needs saying to yourself, oh, that's okay. That's what it is. No, that's a new concept, trying to deal with it. Because so you can't get out of it. There's nothing to get out of it. When there's a feeling and an emotion, and there's something going on, oh, what can I do to it? Then that's what's going on. When there's a prison, you can't get out of that prison. That's the awful thing. There's no one. So that whole construct is going on till it stops. There's nothing. Yeah, there's no hold or no things to do, because there's already no one. So it's just that what's going on, but that doesn't feel nice, so we want to change it. And that's confirming, and that goes on and on. You can't stop it also. No, it's not wrong, but yeah, it can be frustrating. But frustration, that's it too. There's no answer. Mm. Mm.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I'm relatively new to this approach, non-approach to non-duality. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
You can't understand this. You can't do anything with it. We're not used to that.
But there does seem to be a sense of like you are speaking certain words that do seem to have an effect, if you know what I mean. But that's just on the level of that's just what's apparently happening then.
Yeah, because we always looking at when there's that whole me and that story, there's always, because of you saying that, I'm feeling more relaxed or something. So I don't know, something or something else. It's also a cause and effect. That's the normal way we see things. And maybe there's not a hearing, there's no cause and effect, or maybe you will hear the words, but that it's so embodied, those beliefs, and that's so normal to think that. And then suddenly there's no cause and effect. God, that's wow. So sometimes it's not in the words when, and it's not understood maybe, but somewhere there can be a resonance or something, and you can't grasp it. That's what's can happen in these meetings.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. It's already everything. You don't need to say it to yourself also. It's when they're saying, oh, it's not everything, I don't feel that, then those thoughts happening, they don't have any meaning, but they can feel really strong like the truth. Then that's what's going on. This is not about us. There is no us. There is no you. There is no me. It's empty. There's no Rose or no story of Rose. It can be talking in the story, and there can be all kind of stories. But they're not real. Nothing is real. And it's already complete as it is. If it's tiny or strong, it can be feelings or streets. It's what it is. Already. There's no one talking. There's no one questioning. Say that. It's what's happening. There's no one being sure here that there's no me. There's nothing going on. I like being sure. There's just talking. There can be a response when there's something going on here. Then there's a response. This is not knowing. Not knowing. And it's also very easy because it's everything. It doesn't matter what it is. It's already the way the behaving, the way the face is looking, the walking. That's it. It's very tiny. It's going nowhere. It's what it is. And there's also a possibility to donate in this meeting. Oh God, I wanted to say that. Oh God, I don't know where it comes from. So thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh God.